Good morning, everybody. Today is day 202. It is August 25th, 2023. It is 7:57 a.m. in the morning. If I have time this morning, then today will be a double day, and this will be video 1. Video 2, I'm not sure if I'm going to record it right after or later on today. I have to check a message in between the time of the 2 videos. Okay, so as you know, it also depends on what the treadmill decides to do. I got my new glasses, but I'm kind of sad because no matter how many times I tried, and of course I don't really have the tools to adjust the glasses, I have not been able to adjust them, so they lean. And they're really cute, they're unique, they're a way smaller lens than what I'm used to, but I just want to get this adjustment correctly. And I have kind of a thick lens because of my prescription, and I don't want to accidentally pop out my own lens. Now, the good thing is that we have to go back today and have more glasses made. So, I mean, at least I can ask them to adjust them today. Hopefully that won't happen, but if it does, I'm assuming they'll be able to put it back in. Or they might tell me that the frame is just too thin for my lens, even though they did the thinnest lens that they can do. So you guys know me, I'm just impatient, and so I'm ready to have them adjusted already. And then my other glasses, I got the frames Walmart, so if I have time today, then I'll stop by Walmart to see, because I think you have a warranty on your frames for, I believe it's a year, even if you don't get your glasses made there. So if they still do that, then the pair that I picked that I thought was going to be my everyday glasses, the nose piece on this side scratches, and then after we left to go to our eye exam, I realized that the pair I picked was the one that I said scratched my nose. So I don't know, they told me that whatever was like out was what you got, but I believe if you get your eyeglasses made there, then the frame and the lens together come from wherever they make the glasses at, but I could be wrong, I don't know. Okay, so if I had remembered, I would have asked them if they could have changed the nose piece then, and probably just asked them for 2 new nose pieces, seeing as how they were display glasses. So I usually don't like getting displays when it comes to that, but who knows, maybe they stopped having new ones. Okay, so so far as like an inventory. So we'll see. I got about an hour before they open, but if I do 2 videos today, then I'm gonna go after the second video before we go back to the other glass place. So yeah, but like I said, I like them. It just takes some getting used to, and I'm like, these have to get adjusted the right way because I can't walk around with them looking crooked. I look crazy. So yeah, they're very bendable, and I've kind of tilted them myself, pushed the nose piece. To be honest with you, I don't know which nose piece is the problem. It seems like this nose piece is fine. This nose piece over here, I think, is the one that's causing the problem. And then I'm going to ask them how far back am I supposed to push them on my face. Even if so, they still are crooked, and I could feel them wanting to bend back when I would bend them. So it's going to probably take some tools and just somebody professional to adjust them. I was really hoping I could do it myself. I'm going to look up before I start because it looks like a little piece of white lint that just fell out of nowhere. And you guys, it's time for a keratin treatment. I don't feel like doing the ET treatment to my hair. And if I did, I would have to wait for the keratin treatment. So I'd rather go with the keratin treatment. I don't know what's going to do to my color, but right now I don't really have to care. If it kind of tweaks the color a little bit, I'm just hoping it doesn't turn any of my blues green, because I don't want green hair right now. So yeah, so we are up to speed 1 at 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Like I said, this being a double day is also dependent on the treadmill as well. So let's find out what it's going to do first, and then we can continue on, and I can tell you more about my eye appointment. Okay, so I don't know. It was not very happy on video 2 yesterday. Like I said, it was skipping, and so I don't know what it's going to do on this video. I'm assuming it's going to work for at least one, and if it fights me today, I'm just not going to even, I don't know if I'm going to even try to deal with it. I would say Sunday, it'd probably be time to oil it again underneath the belt. So let's see, because we're not up to speed just quite yet. And as you guys know, I have stated that I am debating on, I don't want to, but lowering my speed if I can keep the incline. That way the friction, doesn't cause a problem. And I really hope that flicker of light, because I don't know if you guys saw it flicker twice, I'm really hoping that was the AC. We don't really turn it off anymore. We've kind of learned our lesson from that, to just set it to where it won't come on like during the night, and to not turn it on and off, because that kind of wears down the AC. And we've noticed that the more we do that, the more we need different parts replaced. And I guess it's good to find out, especially like if you have like a home warranty or homeowner's insurance, or whichever one covers, the AC and stuff like that, if it needs a part, because eventually you're going to find out anyway. Of course, the worst time to find out is during this time. Okay, so that went backwards, even though that's not good. The speed went backwards. We're at 6 minutes even though I turned the dial that way. We're at 1.9, and I have been debating of seeing what's the difference between 1.9 and 2. Also, if I don't want to go down to 1.5, so I can be as close to 2 as possible. So, because I just got it up to 2, I know usually I say within the first 5.5 minutes, then I should be okay, so far as the stopping is concerned. But being that I just got up to 2, I'm going to give it until 12 minutes to see how it acts. Okay, so, yeah, like right now, they're crooked enough to where I can tell my face. So annoyed. You always want it right the first time. I don't know. I probably should have said something yesterday, but I just assumed I didn't have them pushed back far enough, because they did look at them and say, how do they feel? So right now I have them to where they are almost straight, but it's like I have to push back the right side more than the left, and I don't think that's a good thing. And I'm curious if they need nose pads, and if they have them. I might find myself back in Walmart, because sometimes if you just tell them, you know what, they hurt, I need them adjusted, I know I didn't get them here, but can you please help me? I'll pay for the nose pieces. Sometimes they'll help you. So I'm hoping I don't get all the way over to where we got our glasses made, and then find out that they don't even have nose pieces. It might just be out of stock. I hope not. They're not glass toys, so you would think they would keep stuff like that in stock in different sizes. Okay, so we're at 8 minutes. But yes, so the eye doctor checked both my eyes so far as a close-up examination, but he only had me read numbers for my left eye, and usually he has me read for both. So I'm assuming that my left eye may possibly be worse than my right. Also, I can tell you, once you start getting your prescription glasses, like I said, just advice, I always say, take it or don't. Try not to go past that year, because I think there's several things. Like for one, it was 6 months more or longer than what I was supposed to have waited to come back. The other thing is, well, I wasn't going to mention that, but if you wear readers and you need prescriptions, you can mess up your eyes and make them worse, depending on how long you've been doing that. And then also, I've been in prescription glasses for some years now, but the other thing is I started, doing nails, and it takes a lot of eye strength for that, like a pretty good eyesight or a really good magnifying lamp, like what I have to help. And I was just thinking, I forgot to put my TheraTears in. I'm trying the extra. And I think, I want to say it's TheraTears, don't quote me on this, ask your eye doctor if that's the one where you can put eye drops in your eyes as often as you want. Okay, so I'm not saying like, oh, 2 or 3 drops 2 or 3 times a day, but your eye doctor might tell you that that's not a lot because of what it's made out of. It's a little different, I believe, than Visine. So I did last night, and I'm going to try to at least every night to put the eye drops in. Last night I did 2 in each eye, and then I was telling my husband I don't like eye drops because they make my eyes burn, and it doesn't matter what I use. And so he said he talked to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor told him if your eyes burn when you put eye drops in them, that means your eyes are dry. So we'll see, because I really meant to try and put them in this morning. When I say try, I'm one of those people that blinks right before. If I can see the drop coming, I blink. The other eye doctor place would dilate our eyes, and you know they use like what, 3 different drops or 4 different drops, and that colored one, like the tan, or it's like a brownish yellow one, that's the one that would burn when I would be at the regular eye doctor. So this eye doctor doesn't dilate your eyes. So yeah, it might be also the fact that I've been told already by the doctor that we can no longer see because the office isn't taking our insurance anymore, that I need to start using TheraTears. And I'm guilty of being told that for over a year to 2 years, maybe 3, and I haven't done it consistently. So pretty much almost not at all, because they burn. And for a second, you know, you gotta like get your eyesight back. It's kind of blurry, you know, while you're waiting for your eyes to clear up, and I hate that. So I'm thinking I already have a hard enough time seeing as it is. And so I'm like, that's just, for that time being, it just makes my eyesight to where I can barely see. And so it's uncomfortable. But the benefits of it is what I need to look at. So I'm going to try every year or every day for a year. And actually, obviously, since I could do it in the daytime as well, if I can use TheraTears as often as I want, like I said, maybe 2 drops per eye, maybe twice a day, maybe even 3. If nothing else at night, because he had me read the numbers. I was able to read the smallest number that was up there. It was clear. This is without my glasses. You know, sometimes they'll test you with and without your glasses, and my glasses were off, and it was fine. But I guess they go for whichever one of the numbers is bigger and not just clear, you know, or maybe clear means that they're bigger. And you can tell that they're bigger anyway. So I guess that has nothing to do with it really, as long as it's clear. And all 3 sets of numbers were clear. I don't know if he picked the middle biggest or the 3rd biggest, but he said my eyes got worse. And so they were getting better just a little, not by much. But I've been seeing him for 2, maybe 3 years consistently. And so he suggested laser eye surgery. And I told him, I said, I have been thinking about it. I said, honestly, my husband he's against it, you know, just for different reasons. And I'm going to tell you guys, yesterday I did enough research, just enough, to read what's the difference between, I guess LASIK is laser eye surgery, and then the PRK, and the description on both of what they do. I'll probably go for laser, or I guess maybe in the office they call it LASIK. They don't do it where we were at, but I make the mistake of reading what they do. And so I told my husband, I think I'm with you. No. But the thing about it is that what the doctor was telling me was that with my age, that it would extend the life of my eyes. He was saying, you know, by the time I'm 44, that I'm already at a +4. And I don't know if that's both eyes or if that's just one. Maybe I should ask for a copy of my prescription today. Usually you leave with it, and who knows? I don't know if we'll know, because all we left with was my 2 pair of glasses. So maybe I can ask for a copy of my prescription to see which eye is worse. Are both eyes +4? Is it just one? Because like I said, there's other factors. I haven't been taking care of him the way I should be. Like I said, eye drops, number 1. And number 2, it was 6 months past the time. And I think, let's just say they would have needed stronger prescription anyway. I think going 6 months needing that is also what made it worse. Maybe it wouldn't have went up so much, because that's like a 0.25 difference. But he was saying that with the surgery, basically I would reset back to 0, and at age 44, which is just 3 years from now, you guys, he said I might need like 0.25 instead of, I mean, come on now. If I'm at a +4 right now, if my eyes continue to get worse, I could be at a +5 by the time I'm 44. So I can see the benefits of it, but that's if it works. And he gave me a good analogy, you know, and of course he has some recommendations for doctors. And then he also had another location in another city and state, not too far away from here. And so my husband and I were talking, and we might look into it, like an exam. I think the exam is free. And then I think they tell you if they can even do that to your eyes to begin with. Okay, so I guess there's some cases where they're like, no, I wouldn't do laser or PRK for whatever reason. I'm having a feeling that the doctor that would be doing the laser surgery is not going to tell me that. I have a feeling the doctor's going to tell me that, you know, he or she can do it. And so, I don't know. It wouldn't be until next year, but the month that we were talking about, I don't know if that would be a good idea, because we have some things going on in February. It's not in February, but it's kind of close. So, I don't know. I was thinking within the next month to get it like out of the way before the beginning of October. And so I'm thinking, in order for my eyes to be all healed up, that literally would have to happen in about a week to be okay. I'm thinking by October, because I think it doesn't take some weeks, like 6 weeks or something like that. I can't remember. So there is a doctor here that has 2 offices, and I don't know if I've ever met him. He's like the doctor that the clinic is up, you know, and they have like other doctors at that doctor's clinic. And so I have a friend that had him do it, but that's the office where we were going that no longer takes our insurance. But at the same time, it's considered, let's see, there's a word for it, elective, I think. And so I was reading online that most insurances won't cover laser or PRK. And I'm thinking, by the time you're doing that, you're not just doing it just because. And then also my husband said, oh no, I would have them put you to sleep. He goes, if you had told me that you were going to look, and I didn't look at like videos or anything, I just read. He goes, if you had told me that you were going to look at that, I would have told you not to. Because he knows me. What I read was enough for me to say, no, I'll do eye drops every single day, at least at night, and see what my next eye exam says. Okay, if I can get back down to the 3s, then I know the doctor's gonna be like, I told you, for your age, and the fact that your eyesight's getting worse, you need to get it. But I'll just tell him, you know, I don't know. Like, he knows it's up to me anyway, but like he said, if we decide to, then just let him know, and he'll give us his referrals. So yeah, because he has 2 he can refer me to. So, I don't know. There's a reason why we would pick the other city and state. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my update on my eyes. Suggestion for laser eye surgery. So the other thing was, I thought, well, I don't know about the right eye, but for left eye, if I could see numbers that small without my glasses, you know, it was like, why didn't he pick a prescription that would put that? But I think they go for the higher number, like the bigger size. I think also maybe he was thinking, you know, she'll be straining her eyes. Because for a while, my eye, or I should say my eyes, both left and right, were the same number. So I believe they changed since the last eye exam. They're not the same number for each. So my left eye might be a +4, and I don't know what my right eye is. So I do want a copy of my prescription, I think. And I'm pretty sure they'll give it to me. Okay, so we're at 20 minutes and 58 seconds. So, yeah. I know that we would have to correspond with their insurance, because if there's anything that they would cover, if I would do it, I can see, you know, I looked at it as it gives me 3 years before I'm right back in glasses. However, even if that's true, I won't be at such a high prescription. So I see the benefits of it. I shouldn't have read what they do. And it was just a picture. It wasn't even like a picture of a real person's eye or anything like that. But reading it, I was like, they do what? Oh, no, right? And I was like, yeah, no. But then again, I don't know, you guys. I mean, this is a really good eye doctor. And I don't think he would have told me that if it wasn't true and if it wasn't necessary. You know, of course, the final decision's left up to me, but yeah. So that's what kind of, not makes me like, not scares me the most, but makes me nervous, is that I know, some of you are like, no, probably go to another place where, you know, your insurance is covered. And not just covered, but it's in network, right? If you're learning about insurance like I am. And so get a second opinion. But the second opinion will be from the person that would do the surgery. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know, we have so much stuff going on this year. That's why I was thinking, especially since I didn't even know they could push you to sleep. That's why I was thinking, if we were going to do it, I hate to say it, but we need to do it within the next 2 weeks. Because if the insurance won't cover it now, it's not going to cover later. So yeah, the longer I wait, the more busier I think we'll get. And so I just don't see that being a good time. And then the weather in the month that we picked won't be good weather, it'll be winter. So yeah. So I have mixed feelings about it. When I was little, I think I remember my grandma on my dad's side having that surgery. And she already wore bifocals though. And so I remember, I believe that's what it was. Or I don't think it was to remove cataracts. I don't think she ever had cataracts, but I just remember the eye patch. I believe she had to go back twice, because I don't think they do both your eyes at the same time. I could be wrong, I think as long as, of course, if you have someone to drive you both times, doesn't matter if they split it up. But I do remember like holding onto her arm because she walks with a cane and a walker, and walking her out after that procedure. And I think I was in the room. And let me tell you, both of my grandmothers, they were a boss. Okay, if there's any time ever, you remember Boss Up? Yeah, both of them. So I remember thinking while she was sitting there, you know, I was talking to her about it after, and I think she said it didn't really bother her. Because I know they have to make your eyes stay open, and they use like a thing, I think, to keep it forced open, because, you know, usually when you see something coming towards your eyes, or even your face, we tend to like blink or close our eyes or like protect our face, right? So seeing what I think was laser eye surgery, I was like, what in the world? And I have like a pretty good memory, and I think I was telling you guys, like, I can picture stuff that I can remember, and so I remember that. I remember part of that surgery, and her just sitting there, and I was just like, even back then at that age, I was young, somewhere between the ages of like 7 and 11, and I remember thinking my grandma was a G, right? I was like, wow. I thought back then I didn't know if I could do it if I needed it. So yeah, I like my husband's idea of trying other things. Remember I started to look into it, so I really need to research, because I think I remember reading blueberries. Now, do I think, oh, I'm going to eat a handful of blueberries if I was reading correctly as to why they help? And all of a sudden, I'm going to be like at a 3, you know, within 6 months. No, but I am more of a natural remedy person, so I need to look into that. I don't know. I'm not on any vitamins anymore. The last thing that too many vitamins caused, I was not willing to start to have to fight. I feel my allergies and my eczema is enough. I won't say, well, I guess I could say, yeah, I grew out of my eczema, but I have other issues now. So yeah, there is just, like I said, the outbreaks, they're very small, but you never, you know, I don't know about you guys, when I was little, we weren't told about this, like other things that this virus could cause. And so I fight that. It's not every year, but when it comes, it's just small but powerful of an outbreak. So I'm dealing with that. I'm so sick and tired of having skin problems, but I think that's more of more than just a skin problem. So I don't know. I do know one thing: age doesn't matter with it. So yeah, I don't want to go into what it is, but my gosh, it's irritating and it's painful. So I just kind of roll with the punches. With all the studying that I do, research and stuff, on just anything, including myself, I thought, I mean, I don't have, you know, whatever the doctor would have, right? PhD, whatever it's called. It's not doctorate, right? There's a difference, I think. There may not be, I don't remember. But you guys know what I mean. So the whatever degree gives you the title of a doctor, and it's medical, right? So yeah, like I said, you don't just wake up knowing this stuff. And if there is someone that woke up like that, that's a good thing. Hopefully, if they're using it for a good reason. So you never know. Like those talents that you just weren't taught. So yeah, like being able to play the piano, you've never been taught before, things like that. So you never know. You never know the capabilities of a person and what gifts they'll have. So we're at 28 minutes and 58 seconds, but yeah, that was not a shock to me, but kind of was, somewhat. But I thought, do you remember when you first started off with prescription glasses? You know, like I said, between that and where you wear them, which is the other reason as to why it's important to have them adjusted correctly to where you're looking out of the entire lens. If you're, you know how your glasses slide down your nose, and when you look, you can see like over the top? That's not good. No. If they have something that can be adjusted, like if they even have nose pieces, have them adjusted. You're supposed to look through the whole thing. And so you can mess up your eyes like that as well. So wearing readers for too long when you've been told that you need prescription, and then not wearing them properly pushed back on your face to where you can look out and see out both lens, the whole lens. And I don't know how to explain it with bifocals because I don't wear bifocals, but yeah, those two things right there can play a part. And so I am learning, but I thought about it. The only reason why I'm entertaining the idea of the laser eye surgery is because I started doing my nails and my toes. And so I need the eyesight. But on the other hand, you know, you never know. You can't just be like, oh, everything will be fine. You should, I guess in a way, sometimes think like that. But like I said, I know I've been called a pessimist, but realistically speaking, these are my eyes. And I know it's in the hands of the doctor, and number one, they shouldn't do it if they say, or if they think that they can't, they shouldn't say that they can't. And then number two, if something were to go wrong, hopefully they'd be able to fix it. So, a day without glasses, I don't remember when I started wearing them. I'd say roughly my mid-20s, but I had been told since I was little that I needed them. So yeah, like I said, I didn't leave them completely just hanging, but I didn't even start wearing readers until like my early 20s, or maybe about 4 or 5 years before I started getting prescriptions. So yeah, I guess it could have been worse. My prescription, the initial one could have been higher. And then the car accident didn't help either. That made my eyes way worse. So for what it jumped my eyes up to, each individual eye, I went from a plus 3.75 in both eyes. And as a matter of fact, I might have been at a 3.5 at that time, to a plus 2.5 in one eye, and I believe like a 5 point something in the other. And so I talked to the doctor and asked if that doctor could put it in writing. Once they found out that I had to get a lawyer from the car accident, they didn't want to give me the letter. And so I was like, I need this. So I don't know if they thought, like, no, I can't get myself involved. I don't want to get fired from work, you know, but I should have told them what I needed it for. And the fact that I got into the accident, that they are the ones that told me that that's what made my eyes worse. So they were wanting to give me the letter. I never should have mentioned that I had to get a lawyer. That we were like, at that point, based off of what their insurance adjuster said. And so, yeah, I could have had the letter. Things worked out anyway. Of course, I ended up being not at fault. I mean, I didn't run a red light. So, yeah, I don't know how much more the letter would have helped. But honestly, and the fact that I can see like that smaller number was pretty small. I would say I thought my eyes were getting better. And so, because I wouldn't be able to see something that small in an eye exam, especially without glasses, no. But apparently no. So yeah, considering that I went up 0.25, the fact that I've come down from out of the 5s and out of the 4.25s, like I'm barely getting back to even into a 4 with one, possibly both eyes, I would have to say that it's possible. Like, I don't know what I did or how I got my eyes to get better after that car accident. I really don't know what I did besides just wearing them when I'm supposed to. So maybe the fact that I started getting my prescriptions once a year, and I started just basically, in that sense, taking better care of them. And then maybe the little bit of eye drops I did when I did do them helped some, because that's a big jump for it to be, what, like 15 years later, 14, we'll say 14 to 16 years later, before my eyes have started to get bad again. So yeah, I don't know what I did. I'm just glad that I did it, because I could be up at like a +6. So that's my thoughts overall of it. I'm at 35 minutes and 10 seconds. And so my idea is to just go ahead and just continue on with that. Overall, like how I would feel if I got the surgery and if everything went well, which, I mean, it should, right? We have enough technology by now for it to do that. So I'll just talk a little bit about that, what I feel like being back to not having to wear them, because we're so close to 40 minutes. I did have other parts of the topics that I was going to talk about, but I'm going to save that for video 2. And if I have a text message that I can get this appointment today, then I'm not saying there won't be a video 2. Like I said, it might be later today. When I say later, I mean way later. You guys know I hate walking in the afternoon or the evening, like walking after 5. So I'll see. I'll check my phone and see if I have a message. I am thinking, okay, if I don't have a message while I'm in the middle of the second video, they might be like, oh yeah, you know, go ahead, come now. And I won't know until I'm finished. So hopefully I have a message. When I started, that would have pushed us into close to 9 o'clock, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I might be able to squeeze in video 2 now that I think about it. Let's say if it's before 9. Okay, so if it's like 8:45, then I may possibly be able to get that video in. Like I was saying yesterday, I am really trying to take care of October at least, and November I can worry about later. And then the eye surgery. The other thing I thought about, well, first let me go into how I feel like I touched a little bit on it, but I didn't really go into it. I think it would be great. I am tired of wearing glasses. Not to the point to where it bothers me to where I'm like, I'm doing it regardless. But like of what I think the outcome will be. I'm not at that point anymore. And so the indents in my nose, that would be nice to try and to use maybe AMD ointment or something to get those indents out of my nose. They might be closer to a permanent indent, but if I can get rid of that, that would be nice. And then since I'm used to wearing glasses, if I were to have to start back at the age of 44, let's say 45 maybe, I probably wouldn't wait till 45. If he said 44, he said 44 probably for a reason. And so I would just take this 3-year break and enjoy not having glasses. The crazy thing would be reading, because I have a hard time seeing up close. I'm farsighted, and so that would be kind of insane, right? Of course, there's certain font I still wouldn't be able to read, but still, to be able to read anything smaller than, let's say, like a 14 or 16 size font without glasses and without having to strain and then put something really close to my face to read it, that would be awesome. Like if I could read it down to a size 8 font without glasses at all. I wouldn't try to read anything smaller than that anyway. I would probably just get a magnifying glass. Driving, it would be weird. It'd be really weird because You know, they say, oh, since you're far sighted, you see better far away, right? Not necessarily, but it's more so like street signs. Now, it would be nice to know that if I'm driving, I don't have to worry about the fact that if I have something in my eye. You know, usually you should just pull over, right? But sometimes you're kind of in the middle of traffic. Hopefully you're stopped when you do this. You're trying to clean out your eye, whatever's in there. I don't drive very far without my glasses on my face. So that would be interesting to be able to do that. Yeah, I'm assuming that should be exactly what would happen. I wouldn't need them at all. So yeah, I'm kind of excited if I do it. Of course I'm nervous, and I've never been put to sleep, but I asked my husband to be in the room. He goes, yeah, of course, I'll be in the room. I'm thinking good. So we're at 4 minutes and 9 seconds, 1.24 for distance, 133 for calories, and see, it skipped, but it was stopping already. Sorry for the squeaking, but it's gonna do that. Like I said, defeated the purpose of me getting a new treadmill in the first place, and then just to find out that the treadmill I got wasn't new. So you guys know the story. I've talked about that enough, but could be worse. Maybe Olin gets somewhere else. We'll stop it. So let me go ahead, get out of airplane mode, check my phone, see what messages I have, and if I don't do a video 2 at all, then I'll see you guys tomorrow and I'll have to pick up there. Because like I said, I would have only had one more day if I was able to do video today of covering that week in October. But I mean, at least it's not like at the last minute. And so I have time, you know. But like I said, I want to add 2 or 3 days for my hair as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go check, and I'll either be right back in a couple minutes, possibly later today. But if not, like I said, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.